Hey Colin, it is crazy to think that Pokemon is 20 years old. We're older than that, but still, Pokemon has been around for our entire lives. It's crazy. Just as you were saying, it is so cool to see all this stuff that they're coming out with just for this occasion of the 20-year anniversary. And what you were saying about, Pokemon, Red and Blue and Yellow and the old movies and etc. like that. You want to know my opinions on that. And I've already given my opinions on the whole remakes of the first generation games. Maybe I'm putting an annotation to that video on the screen. Maybe. As for the other stuff, though, I think you covered it pretty well. There's not much else I can really add. I just want to grab off one of your points and dive a whole nother direction. So one of the things that you were super excited for that is making a return is the original Pokemon cards. That way you can finally get that Gengar that you're looking for and the few other characters that, you might be missing. With this whole card thing, it made me think of another card game that I was kind of late to the party to and I would like to collect more of, just like you want to collect Pokemon cards. And if you couldn't tell by the title, those cards are Kingdom Hearts. So, the Kingdom Hearts card game has been discontinued in pretty much everywhere except for Japan. This game wasn't very popular to begin with, and, while it was even out and running, I didn't even know about it. I didn't even find out about this game until years after it got discontinued. So that being said, since they're discontinued, the cards for this game are very difficult to find. I do have some. This isn't all I have. I've got plenty more. But this is basically what one deck would look like if you're actually going to play competitively. Competitive decks can range between 40 and 60 cards. This one is 60 cards. So really all I want to do with this video is just kind of talk about this game briefly and just kind of go over some general points of the game overall. I want to start off with two quick points. First one being, this game is very, very fun. And the second, it's very, very easy to play. Granted, there are lots of rules and different types of cards that you need to learn, just like any trading card game. But once you learn a few basic rules, the other ones just kind of fall in naturally, and it's very easy to pick up this game. And in fact, if you manage to pick up one of these player mats with your starter kit, they come with one and exactly 40 cards. That way you can jump right in and start playing without needing to buy a whole bunch of different packs. At least that's how it was set up when the game was still around. So anyways, this is what the player mat looks like. As you can see, there's kind of a lot of information going on. All you really want to pay attention to is these four little things right here. This kind of outlines your turn. Obviously, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. This here is your life meter. In this game, there are two ways to win. You can knock down your opponent's HP, or this corner where you play your worlds cards, you can travel to various worlds, and each world is worth a certain amount of points, and once you hit 13, you win. So one thing that is really actually surprising with this game is it isn't just a card game with Kingdom Hearts faces just thrown on the cards and the game is completely random. When you play this game, it actually feels like Kingdom Hearts. As odd as that sounds, it feels like a legit Kingdom Hearts game. So the reason I feel like this game feels like a normal Kingdom Hearts game is the way that you play it and the way you win, at least one of the methods that is. So that method I was referring to is by going to world cards. Hopefully you guys can see that. So one way to win is to play enough world cards that you get 13 world points. That's represented by that 3 there. There's other ones that are 2 and 1. So you can put down one world card every turn if you have one in your hand. And obviously, like I said, the goal is to get to 13 points. You can get a bunch of 3s, a bunch of 1s, however you want to build your deck. Now, the way you stop your opponent from getting to their max world cards is you play Heartless. So the Heartless prevent your opponent from moving on to the next world until your opponent has defeated them. Now, obviously, they can defeat them with their player card and their friends card. So here, let me show you what these cards look like. So this is your player card. This one is Sora, clearly. Sora is the most common. There's also Riku and a couple other ones that I do not have. Those are the only ones that I have. But as far as friends go, you know, we've got Ariel and Aladdin and Donald and Goofy and you name it. Most of the allies or party members that you get in the Kingdom Hearts games are your friends cards, and you play them to help you defeat the Heartless and also attack your opponent, which is another way you can win the game by knocking their heart points down to 0. So I don't really know how much sense that made to you, but that is the basic gist of the game. Obviously, there's a lot more to it with, you know, attack cards, and there's also magic cards and some other stuff, but the basic premise of how to win and fight is right there. Now, your player card, hopefully you guys can see that. So your player card has a bit of information on it. You can see Sora's level there. I believe he's level 2. I'm not looking at the card currently. Right below that you see his HP. That's how much HP you start with at the beginning of the game. Obviously, if you are a lower level, you'll have a different amount of HP and also attack power. The attack power is the red number, and your magic power is the blue number. So as you can see here, even though they are both level 2, Sora and Riku do have different stats. So depending on which player you use, you're going to want to use a different strategy for both. Obviously, Sora has a little bit of magic, so you might want to put some magic in your deck. Riku has none, so magic's probably not the best way to go. So for a general overview of this game, I think that pretty much does it. Obviously, there's a couple elements that I left out, and I can address those in a further video if you'd like to see more on this topic. I really like this game. I would not mind doing a bunch of more videos on this subject. Hell, maybe even Colin and I can do a battle for you guys. I don't know how we'd set that up and do our records. We've done a battle with these through Skype before, so I guess we could do that type of thing and just record it for you. It would be really fun, and it would be an experiment. And I also don't mind, you know, just straight up telling you guys more about the game. Obviously, I didn't even talk about summons or magic. I can get into that if you guys are interested in this type of thing. And also, if you guys know about this game and have a lot of insight on it, feel free to tell me, because I do not know everything. Like I said, I didn't get into this game until long after this game was discontinued. So there's a lot I still need to learn as well. But, yeah. Peace out, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos on the Kingdom Hearts card game. Colin, let me know if you want to play Kingdom Hearts card game with me.